race fans, Ryan Aho here from the One to Go Show, bringing you another episode of the BuyRaceShirts.com One to Go Show Hornet Power Rankings. Before we do, we had a few first career wins here this past weekend. Want to give some shout outs to those drivers. Ellie Lang, she got her first Wissota Hornet feature win. That was down at the Fiesta City Speedway a couple weeks back. She won in the IMCA Sport Compacts over in Princeton. That gal's getting a little bit dicey in there, kind of putting a little beat down on the boys, so you're going to have to pick up the pace if you want to beat that young lady right there. Bradley Rosso getting a win over at the Casino Speedway, the baddest bull ring in the state of South Dakota. Love that little quarter-mile place. That place is super fun. Congratulations to him on his first feature win. And Brett Lano up at the Halberline Speedway in Proctor, Minnesota. First career win in the Wissota Hornets for that driver as well. So it's always fun getting those first wins. It's a special moment. Let's not wait quite so long to get the next one here, right? So hopefully some of these drivers can roll right into another win and start stacking those and have a heck of a lot of fun doing so. So tip of the cap to all of those three right there. So let's have a little shout out our friends at East Central Sports. Kind of a where's Waldo, Mac Johnson? Guy, where you been? You going to race? What's going on here? We're missing you. So one thing we know for sure, if you're a racer, you're a motorhead, you like fun stuff. East Central Sports, they have a lot of fun stuff. You need a pit bike? Some of these pit areas, you get to some of these specials, you're parked way out in the back 40. Well, the fastest way to get up, look at that racetrack, get a pit bike. They have them in stock amongst a ton of other stuff. Check it out, East Central Sports. So let's get to it. The power rankings are back. The top 10 Wissota Hornet drivers, as I view them anyway. I guess time will tell. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. But brought to you by BuyRaceShirts.com. You need hats, shirts, hoodies, apparel, you name it. Check out BuyRaceShirts.com. For racers, by racers. They do a lot of racing apparel for a lot of great drivers. And if you have a club, business, if your sponsors need stuff, send them on over, because they don't just do racing stuff. They do any apparel that you might need. So at number 10, Cole Campson, driver here from Belgrade, Minnesota. 10 shows on the year. Driver's got 3 wins. This past week, got another one, right? 5th on the week and a first. The win came again at the Viking Speedway. Talked about Casino being the bull ring. Viking's the fastest racetrack in Wissota. Big high-flying half-mile. Runs a mix. See, that's short trackers. That's not Wissota Hornets over there, but he's running a mix of both Wissota Hornets and the short trackers. So Cole Campson in at number 10. At number 9, we're going to put Ellie Lang up in the top 10. We're throwing her in at number 9. I watched her earlier in the year, and it's not just because of this win. She's been kind of stacking run after run after run on the podium in the top 5, looking very close. So she's a driver out of Staples, 20 races in already, kind of a mix between IMCA Sport Compacts and Wissota Hornets. She's been on the podium 6 times. And I tell you what, she got her first one, like I said, at Montevideo this week. She beat Cole Campson, and she bet Vandersteen as well. So she beaten 2 pretty darn good race car drivers to get that win. That's going to slide her inside the top 10 at number 9. At number 8, we're going to go to a driver here from Wilmer, Minnesota. We're going to talk about Pete Martin. Now, this week, didn't get out to the track. He didn't get the race. So he's still got 7 shows, but in those 7 shows, he's been on the podium all 7 times, right? So 1 win opening night at I-94, little bit of a mix between the Wissota cars and the short trackers. But when you're that consistent, when you haven't been off the podium in 7 tries, you're doing something right. That's going to get you in the top 10. Martin at number 8. At number 7, Justin Barsness. So this driver here, young driver, 2nd generation racer out of Grand Rapids, doing double duty, racing both in the Hornet division and in the Pure Stock. Not sure if that's going to be a distraction or not. It kind of seems like he's starting to trend up a little bit, kind of stacking some good runs. I know he's been borrowing a car in the Hornet division. I think he had some issues with his. But on this past week, a 5th, a 1st, and a 2nd, the win coming over at the Hibbing Raceway up in Hibbing, Minnesota. 3 wins on the year. Barsness in at number 7. At number 6, the OK of Joseph Wilbur, Forreston, Minnesota driver. A pair of seconds this week. Not quite in victory lane. He's been really, really, really strong at Ogilvie. 3 wins on the year. I think all of them coming at Ogilvie, but 2 more second place finishes means he's really, really close. So we're going to put him at number 6. At number 5, a driver that he did not race a lot early on, but he's starting to kind of get in a little rhythm here. We're talking about Sean Beto, Wapaton, North Dakota driver. 7 races, 6 podiums, 5 wins. That's impressive right there. So this week, 2 wins. He ran one over at the Cheyenne Speedway in Lisbon and at the Buffalo River Speedway up in Glendon, Minnesota. 4 straight and 5 of 7 in victory lane for Sean Beto. I don't know. We'll see if we can maybe get him racing some WISSOTA stuff. Seems like it's pretty much all short tracker. I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference between the rules, but I would like to see if we can get Beto running some WISSOTA stuff, running against some of the top drivers that WISSOTA has to offer. At number 4, Adam Vandersteen from Canby. A 4th, 1st, and a 2nd this week. Solid week for Vandersteen. Great job to him. Kind of had a little bit of a bumpy road to start the season. Won at Madison, 12 races, 8 podiums. The ones that were off the podium kind of came early on, kind of had some issues right away, but 3 wins. Vandersteen looking very good, and we're going to put him at number 4. At number 3, had to slide him back a little bit this week. Had this guy on the bubble. He was in the 1 slot, but the next couple of guys might be just a little bit better right now. AJ House from Cloquet, 14 races, 13 podiums. Impressive. Keep up the good work. 5 trips to victory lane. Worst show all year long, 4th place. Now, get this. We'll talk about how terrible his weekend was this past weekend. 4 seconds and a 3rd. I got to be honest. That means that the 2 drivers that are ahead of him had to do something pretty darn impressive. Because if you had 5 podiums, 4 of them being second, not going to quite get AJ a bridesmaid's dress yet. But, man, you do that again next week. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to get you fitted up. Going to have to get you on the show in a bridesmaid's dress. But AJ's having a great season right now. We're going to put him at number 3. At number 2, young driver, 3rd-generation kid, Carter Matthews from up in Clearbrook, northern Minnesota. This past weekend, 3 wins and a 3rd. So he didn't have 4 seconds and a 3rd. He had 3 first-place finishes. Grand Rapids, Ogilvie, and then the home of the Chicken Shack up in Bemidji, Minnesota. That's 6 wins on the year. And I'm looking at this right now, and I believe that he is tied for the most wins in the WISSOTA Hornet division right now at 6. So Carter Matthews, great job last weekend. Keep that thing rolling. And at number 1, before we get to that, the number 1 driver of the week brought to you by Impact Health Sharing. If you're self-employed, right? If you have employees and you got to pay for their health care, or if you just got to pay for your own health insurance in general, hit me up, 218-969-1380. We'll see if we can help you out, help you save some money to spend more money on race car parts. At number 1, the reigning WISSOTA Hornet National Champion from Chaska, Justin Shalitsky. So this weekend, he raced head-to-head with AJ House twice. Makeup feature, regular feature at the Gondikla Speedway. Parked it in victory lane both times. So 3 wins this week. Beat House in 2 of them. That's going to jump him up to number 1. Now, he's won every race he's finished. Looking at this, right? He's got 8 races in, 6 wins, 2 DNFs. 2 DNFs came early on in the season, some rough track type stuff and a couple issues there. But Shalitsky's got that hot rod rolling, and we'll see if a couple of these drivers right behind him can keep up. He's got 6 wins on the year, but he's got company. I'm telling you right now, Carter Matthews, he has 6 wins as well, and there's a few stopping right behind them. So this national title race for the WISSOTA Hornets is getting really, really good. They take the best 20 shows, and that's kind of a race to 20 for some of these drivers here. But right now, Justin Shalitsky in at number 1.